Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. The stress level is high because the science station is currently approaching Kerbal Space Center, and so we have the launch opportunity for the next payload up to our asteroid station. And the space tug is currently still in orbit around Kerbin and has a rendezvous set up with the science station. So a lot of things are happening at the same time, and in this case we need to hurry. And in 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Here we go, the next launch up into space for the building process of the asteroid station. And I'm really amazed about this. I can't wait for these parts to arrive at the asteroid station because I think they are really special and I think they will just look great. And let me get a little bit closer to our rocket. As you can see, I have attached some lights so that the rocket is a little bit brighter during nighttime launches. And then I'm using the biggest payload fairing, and so our payload must be pretty tall or pretty huge. And so yeah, I can't wait for this thing to arrive at the asteroid station, but at first we need to bring it up to the science station, and we also need to rendezvous it, or we need to perform the rendezvous with our space tug. So a lot of things to do, and now it's time to wait for the booster separation because the boosters will run out of fuel pretty soon, and then I have to increase the throttle. And I have also added the separatron so that the booster separation is a little bit smoother. Now I need to increase the throttle, and goodbye boosters. This was cool. And now I need to speed up a little bit to gain the 200 meters per second at the 10 kilometer mark. This is now looking pretty good. I can reduce just a little bit the throttle and I can start performing my gravity turn. Very good. And from now on, it's our usual launch up into space to the science station. So in this case, I think I will just speed things up, perform a quick time lapse, and then we will meet us again once we are in space. Okay, we are in space and I'm about to insert our payload into an orbit. And well, the science station is a little bit ahead of us, so we need to insert ourselves into a little bit a lower orbit in order to catch up with this. And look over here, we are getting closer. Maybe we are even about to get a good position. We have a separation of 21 kilometers. This is good. What happens if I just increase a little bit our velocity? Then we are getting down to 18 kilo to 21 kilometers. I overshot just a little bit, but this is okay because then we can perform at first over here at our ascending node. Wow, this is cool. A small inclination change so that we are in the exact same inclination as our science station. This will make the rendezvous a little bit easier. 0.4, 0.1, very good. And then we do have a separation of 100. It's a little bit too much of a separation. Can we get this? Okay, this is strange. But okay, let me at first perform the... I'm not quite sure, the maneuver nodes are freaking out, so I think I will at first perform the inclination change, then we are almost in the same orbit as the science station. And maybe I have to just... Oh, this is good. A separation of 2.7 kilometers. This is just amazing, this is great. Okay, I take this. I can almost perform a rendezvous right away after the launch, and well, not after the launch, but after one orbit around Kerbin. This is pretty cool. And now we are in space. It's time to deploy our solar panels and it's time to deploy our antennas. Very good. And yeah, now you can see this payload. It's a lot of girders, and it's basically the solar arrays and the electricity system for our, or the electrical system for our asteroid station. And I'm saying this will really look amazing. And you can see that I spent a lot of time constructing something in order to transport this payload, because I needed to construct the center girder to attach my my solar arrays and the batteries to it. And I'm really excited to bring this thing up to the asteroid station, and I think this will look really amazing once it is attached to the asteroid station and we are about to deploy these solar arrays. And wow, I really can't wait for this. I think this will look just amazing. But now we have to do other things, like our small burn, in order to change the inclination to have a rendezvous with the science station. I think this is pretty cool. So let me get closer to the maneuver node, and just a few seconds to go. And it's now time for the burn. Good, very good, and stop. So what have we done? A separation of 3 kilometers or 104 kilometers. The computer isn't quite sure, but I hope 3 kilometers. And we will get there in 30 minutes. This is good. This is good, because before Dodo will arrive at the science station. So let me switch over to Dodo. Dodo Kerman is on its way back home from the moon, back to the science station. And let me set this as a target. And you can see here, this is looking quite nice, that the asteroid, or our solar system with the solar arrays, is currently a little bit behind of the science station, and over time it will catch up. And then somewhere over here we have a great rendezvous opportunity, and this is really amazing. And here, in 7 minutes and 33 seconds, we will have our own rendezvous with the science station. So this is amazing. Dodo is smiling, Dodo is happy. Now we can do a quick time warp to get closer to our point. Over there is already our science station. We are getting closer. Let me slow down, and we are 13 kilometers away. Very good. And we will get down to 4.1 kilometer. But maybe I can already start to adjust just a little bit our trajectory. Let me get rid of this maneuver node, because we have a very high relative velocity to our science station. Let me now adjust just a little bit, and now I have aligned my retrograde vector with the retrograde target vector, so that we should fly straight towards it in a very high velocity, 121 meters per second. This is quite fast, and now we are down to 400 meters separation. This is really great. So we can perform a next time warp to get a little bit closer. 1.6. Now I can start to slow down. Okay. Very good. Only 37 meters per second. Only 30 meters per second, getting closer, only 300 meters. Now I should start decreasing my velocity. 200 meters. Okay, over here, let me now decrease it a bit more so that I have a little bit more of time, is our escape port. Then, okay, I think I need to, only 80 meters, I think I need to come to some kind of station keeping. Now it's a question, I think this is Clampotron Junior. Yes, over there is a junior docking port, so we need to dock to this docking port. I hope I can get this. It's hard. Can I? Yes. Okay. Let me set this as a target. And now I can switch over to docking mode. And we need now to align ourselves with the docking port. I hope with this orientation I will arrive at a good position. So, time for some RCS. Time to approach the science station. And then Dodo will get into the crew quarters and will have a break, because then another Kerbonaut will take over and will perform the next mission out to the moon to install our shiny new solar panels. And yeah, this is really cool. And I like the system that I have to exchange my Kerbonauts, and this adds a little bit more of dynamic and maybe also a little bit more of realism, that my Kerbonauts need a break before they can go on the next mission, especially after Kerbonauts like Durdo have done these long-term missions out to Jewel, and I think this was really exhausting, and so I guess he's happy when he can sometimes have a short break in order to have a rest and to gain more energy after a mission, and especially after such a demanding mission with so many dockings and maneuvers. And so yeah, I guess this is quite important, and well done. Durdo is back at the science station, he docked to it. Now we can, where's the hatch? The hatch is over here. We can say transfer, and I like to transfer him. Do I need to perform a double click or just a single click? I'm not quite sure how the system is working, but no, he is sitting together with his crewmates in their crew quarters. And let me just switch to him. They are happy, they are really happy. It's a little bit sad that it's not possible for me right now to customize my Kerbals. It would be really amazing to customize my Kerbalnauts, give them other spacesuits or other haircuts and maybe a beard or something like this. I know that there is a mod, maybe I guess it's called Texture Exchanger or so, that is able to change the appearance of the Kerbalnaut, and this would be really great, but on the other hand, I'm not so much interested in messing around with mods. So yeah, I hope at some point Squad will implement this feature, or I have really to start thinking about using mods, because this would add really a great feature. What do we have over here? I think 57 kilometers away. This could be our solar system. This is great, this is great. The solar system, which is currently chasing us, this is great. And yeah, it would be really great to change a little bit the appearance, because, well, Kerbonauts like Durdo are long-term space flyers, and they were in so many missions, and so it would be really great to give them a little bit more unique appearance, and this would be really great. But no, we have to think about other things. The solar system, the solar array system, is approaching us, and we are also approaching Kerbal Space Center, so we would have the next launch opportunity. Let me just check our next payload. Let me switch to it. Okay. We are 52 kilometers away, and okay, apparently I need to set this as a target once again, and we have 17 minutes until we get pretty close to it, until our chase comes to an end. This is good, because this means that we now have the opportunity to launch our next payload right away. Here, I think this is a busy time on the launch pad. I hope my engineers are making good progress, that they're able to perform the launch before, or to perform the rollout of their next payload before we arrive at the good position to perform the next launch. So in this case, let me get over to them. Let me check if they are doing a great job, if the rollout is successful, and then we meet again on the launch pad for the next launch. Okay, here we are. I'm currently setting up the system, the rocket systems. I need to enable SAS, I need to switch on the lights, and now we are ready to go. The science station is aligned on a good position. It's approaching Kerbal Space Center, so we are ready to go. And in 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Here we go. And as you can see, it's the exact same rocket and launch system, and I'm using once again the huge payload fairing. So this time I'm launching once again a very huge and tall payload, And I think this will be also pretty amazing once it's arrived at the asteroid station and attached to it. But I think this will take some time until the thing gets out there, because at first I like to deliver the electrical system in order to power up my asteroid station and to give it some more batteries and solar arrays, and then I have to return back to the science station in order to grab the next payload. But then we are already ready. We can just grab it and fly out to the moon once again. So we are streamlining a little bit our building process, and I think this is pretty great that we are now taking the opportunity of all the different launch opportunities as soon as the science station is approaching once again. Okay, now we have used the separation, the launch pad. We are performing our next launch. Now I need to speed up a bit more with my main engine in order to gain some speed before we hit the 10-kilometer mark. I'm using the mainsail engine, and this engine is really powerful. Now it's time to perform the gravity turn. Okay. Brake it, and here, there. Let me throttle down a bit. Okay, like this. The next launch is going on, and we are aiming for space once again. And so yeah, let me perform the next time lapse, and I will be back once we are about to perform the orbit insertion. Okay, we are in space. We are on a suborbital trajectory, and as you can see, my payload is a mobile processing lab. So yes, I am launching the first real space station part, and I think this thing will look just amazing once it's attached to the science station. And now I'm a little bit worried, because my apoapsis comes up in 3 or about 4 minutes, and I'm not quite sure. I guess the closest point we need to remember 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Now we need to switch to our other payload. Let me switch to it. We need to find out when the thing is getting to the science station, because I don't want to miss its rendezvous point. Set the science station as a target. This would be in 7 minutes. Okay, we have enough time for our science part in order to perform a burn to, or an orbital insertion burn, before the solar system will arrive at the science station. So you see, it's a lot of busy times. We need to now switch back to our payload, currently on a suborbital trajectory and coasting up to the apoapsis. Let me set the science station as our target. We will miss it a little bit, and we are just a little bit ahead of it, so maybe around here in 1 minute and 30 seconds I have to perform the next burn. We are in the sunlight, and yeah, let me do a quick time warp to get closer to this. And I think I should aim for our retrograde vector relative to the science station in order to match its speed. Can we already see a marker? Yeah, over there. It's 29 kilometers away. Over there, the other marker is our solar system. This is really amazing. Okay, now I'm chasing my retrograde vector. Now I should be... Let me see. I have over there separation of 11 kilometers. Can I get this a little bit closer? What do I need? Do I need to perform a burn in this way? This would be... No, I need to turn around. Can I eyeball it, or do I need to perform some kind of maneuver node? Let me find out. Let me find out what happens if I 10.9, 0.2. Okay, getting closer. 0.8, 0.7. 7.1. This is really great. 6.8, 6.5, 6.4. How close can we get this? 6.5.4. Okay, 4 kilometers. I think this is good enough. And wow, this is amazing when we are looking at this. All the spacecrafts are almost at the same position. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, I need now to switch to the other system, our other payload, and I need to go over and set the science station as a target. In 2.5 minutes we will have our closest encounter. Where is our marker? Wow, these are really busy times. 9.7. Okay, we have to adjust a little bit our trajectory to get a little bit closer. Let me align our prograde and retrograde markers with their target markers. And wow, so many markers in space, so many different spacecraft in space. Oh, I totally forgot to extend the solar panels of the other payload system. I hope it will be still intact and still running and not get lost. Okay, we have 600 meter separation in 2 minutes. Over there's a science station. Can we see our other payload? Somewhere should be the other marker, I guess. I'm sorry if I'm making you dizzy, but I like to see. Can I see somewhere this reddish marker? No, I can't. It should be a little bit ahead of us, in this direction somewhere. But no marker. Okay, never mind. I have to switch over to this once again. And yes, now it's time to deploy our solar panels and the antennas. This is very important, so that we have contact to our ground stations and that we can communicate with them and send over some controls. Okay, this thing is getting closer. We need now to switch back to our solar system once again. Switching back and forth, 2.8 kilometers to the science station. Set us as a target. And we are approaching, and okay, the main problem right now is that we don't have enough docking ports, basically. It's getting quite cramped on the science station, so maybe we have to reallocate our space tug and to free up another docking port. Wow, these are really busy times. These are definitely busy times. Okay, I guess we can now perform a quick time warp to speed up the rendezvous with the science station. Okay, less than 1 kilometer, 700 meters. Now, let's bring this marker over. Okay, very good, very good. This is really amazing. This is great. So many launches and all the things are happening almost at the same time. This is crazy. This is completely crazy. A lot of things to manage. And now I hope when I am now getting closer to the science station that I am aligned with a normal docking port, so that I don't need to move or perform so many maneuvers in order to find the right docking port, because one is the junior docking port and one is the normal docking port. Currently we are a little bit too far away to spot the right docking port, I guess. The junior docking port is facing to us, so we need to float. Oh, there is... Wait. We need to come to a stop, because there is our science system. Come to a stop. RCS and... Okay. And now we need to switch to the science system. Ooh, this is busy time. Science system, or our mobile processing lab, and I need to target now something. Science station set as target. Do I have a target marker? Oh, we are quite fast. We are quite fast relative to the science station. And where is my target marker? Okay, okay, and go. Don't overshoot, don't overshoot. Move back. Okay, we need to come to a hover. Or not to a hover, but basically to station keeping. Okay, okay. Phew. Just in time, just in time. Okay, now I like to get closer to the science station, but very, very slowly, so that I do have enough time in order to perform the docking with the other payload. Okay, 10 meters per second is good enough. 10 meters per second is hopefully, when will we arrive there? 1.8 kilometers in 4 minutes, so we have 4 minutes time. I can now switch to the science station. Well, not to the science station, I wanted to switch over to this spacecraft, our solar system. Okay, okay. Now I'm aiming in this direction, and I can now, wait, I think this is a little bit too high. I need to aim this way. Why is... Wait, what? Something was strange. Now I have retracted my solar panels, which were shown as retracted. Okay, now they're extended once again. Where's the marker? Over there, 3.9 kilometers, so we have a little bit of time left. This is good. This is definitely good. Phew. This is busy times. This is definitely busy times. Okay. Now I need to set this thing. I hope I can get this. Ooh, come on, come on. Okay. Set this docking port as a target. And we can switch over to docking mode. Wow, this is stressful. As I said, very stressful time. The stress level is still pretty high because we are performing so many launches at the same time. And okay. Now let's slow down our payload. Bring it over here and come to a stop. Very good. And now we need to turn the spacecraft around to align it with the docking port. Okay, like this, and now start to float closer to our docking port. This menu is a little bit in my way. Okay, I guess this starts to look good. It's now really looking good. Now I can come to a stop once again. Now I need to align with the docking port. Very good. And now let's close in on the docking port to finalize the docking. Very good, very good. Okay. Getting closer. Getting closer. Let's switch off the controls and we have contact. And docking confirmed. Well done, well done. The next payload has arrived and the other part is only 2.4 kilometers away. Can we switch to it? No nearby objects. Let me see. Maybe when it's down to 2 kilometers, maybe then I'm able to switch to it. No, 2.2 kilometers was close enough. Okay, let's get out of docking mode. Let's get back to staging. And we need now to perform some changes to our orbit. This was good so far. Now I need to align once again my trajectory vector or my prograde vector with the target vector to get a little bit closer, like this. 22 meters per second, this is good. And currently I don't have a free docking port, so at first I need to reallocate my space tug in order to be able to dock this thing to the science station, but I like to bring it closer to it, so maybe to 200 meters or so, and then it can perform some station keeping there until we have performed the reallocation of the space tug, and then we can dock this part to the science station to store it up there and wait for the space tug to return back from the moon. Okay, only 800 meters. Getting closer. Very good, very good. Wow, this is really a busy episode, and this part is only 22 minutes into the mission and it's already arriving at the science station. Wow, this is great. This is great timing. This is indeed really great timing. Okay, 300 meters. I should start to slow down my approach. 100 meters. Okay, now I can come to a stop. Less than 100 meters. Okay, and I can now use RCS to finish off this braking maneuver. Well done, well done. We are now performing station keeping. And wow, this is cool. This is cool. We have our payload over here. We have the science station down there. And wow, this is great. This is definitely great. And I think this is now a good position to call it an episode. I hope you like this. And I hope you will be joining me in the next episode when we perform the reallocation of our space tug and when we start to fly out our solar system. And yeah, I think this was great. It was a lot of fun. And until next time, my name is Abby. See you!